Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trials of Combat. My name is Nutty Rat, and I'm joined with one last bite from 228 Blackwatch.
Rookie caster.
Rookie caster, indeed. Hope everyone's doing well on a Sunday evening here in the west coast of Canada. But we've got Smoke Adders 373 versus 42. The answer tonight, Division B. This is week 6, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah. So second
All
to
right.
last.
Second to last week, that's right. Second to last week for Div B, which has been a lot of good matches have been happening. I know have we fought both of them?
Yep.
Now
we played both of them. This cast is by Div B, of Div B, for Div B.
That's right. That's right. So we're gonna have some fun here. We're just getting set up for the 2v2s right now, and let's go straight into the match.
Let me see. These guys might want to change spawns. I don't actually know if the spawns matter in this map.
Actually, let me just see if they're locked in. Let's just say, are you locked and ready? I don't know if there's I can pull up the rules quickly, but I don't think that's really our call.
Mind games, sure. It sounds like they don't care. Yeah. All right.
All right. Here we go. Let's do this 2v2 on Boreal Reach. And what is the theme of this 2v2? One last.
Oh, I mean, it's a Jaeger and a rifle mech. You'd be hard pressed to not see AC2s on at least something. I know a lot of the Div A teams were getting really creative, and not just Div A 2. Heard a lot of interesting things for this, like the Hero Rifleman 2C, some LRMs. But yeah, frankly, I've never been a Solaris pro, so in all honesty, I'm pretty inexperienced with the map. So I'm interested to see what these guys do. They had time to science it like we didn't.
Yeah, that's right. We kind of sent that one in a little bit. All right, here we go.
So I see 6 AC2 Jaegers for both teams. That's a spicy one. I'd be surprised if that's not XL. And AC2s on the Rifleman 2Cs as well.
Looking like Rick 88 and Smoke Adders gets up high and starts getting those sending some ordnance down the range. It didn't hit anybody though. They're still 0 for 0 or 100 as far as damage is concerned. Never mind. Windscape taking a ton of damage down to 81%, 77%. Windscape's just getting absolutely focused, standing tall.
Yeah, I don't think they could see Prometheus there. That's gonna be rough. Yeah, because SA is like barely even scratched at this point.
Yeah, Windscape down to 68%. Let's take a look at his mech here. Yeah, opening the left shoulder quite heavily. Prometheus now standing up to take some to send some fire down. Kevster.
Okay, yeah, Kevster's pretty hurt CT at this point. And Rick's pretty fresh though, so I don't know. This is it's uphill battle still for 42.
Kevster took that strike on the chin. Oh, Windscape had some damage done to him. Did he lose an arm?
He looks like
he's
halved.
Yeah, he's halved. He's down to 2 Ultra AC2s on that Jaeger. And there we go. Rick 88 takes down Windscape.
Looks like Prometheus got a hit on his strikes, but yeah, I don't think it's enough.
And now Prometheus is in the open, trying to see if he can get Kevster for a kill. Kevster's peeking, but meanwhile, Rick 88 is pushing forward to hunt down Prometheus. And there we go. 2-0 Smoke Adders, which means they get to choose which team they are on.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the damage there, Windscape just got wrecked. Like, that's, yeah, I don't know if they had, like, miscommunication or something, but yeah, they just didn't have the same sight lines. SA had a really good overlap sight line there and just shredded him. So, that's the way of the 2v2s, especially when it's all ACs.
Yeah, you stand back and you shoot as much as you can. Let's take a look and see if I've got the scoreboard working properly. Oh, I got that one working properly. Let's see if the aftermatch one is working. No, that one. Oh, I know what I gotta do. Do apologize. I'm a little rusty at casting. It's been a long time since I've actually done any casting. So keep that in mind that, yeah, I'm a little rusty, if you don't mind. Let me try that one more time here. Give me 1 second here. Is it going to work? Yes, it worked. Excellent. So the aftermatch is up. You can see that the damage was certainly in Smoke Adder's favor.
And SA is going with Team 2, it looks like. Yeah, I mean, I'd say as expected. I don't know, like, in our case, we took a lot of, you know, team picks at the beginning based on not the first map, but like the 4th or the 5th maybe. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a pick because people don't want to play Team 2 Alpine. But we'll see.
All right, so let's talk.
Favored.
So let's switch over to the map strat here, and let's talk about the first map. Let me get this. Let's get this switched over to Solaris.
And I'm gonna draw a purple so we can tell each other apart.
All right, sounds good. Waiting for everybody to get loaded in here. Team 1, 5 minutes. All right, so
yeah,
with Solaris, we're on Kappa. I believe, is it Kappa or Epsi this one?
Yeah, Kappa.
It's Kappa. All right, so what do you predict that you're going to see on this?
Oh, well, knowing what these guys like, I think 42's been pretty just push heavy in decks like this and drops like this. And they've got the Team 1 side, and SA's done a mix, I think, between push, having some Overwatch. Well, I mean, we know and we've seen a lot of like these two buildings being used, the Echo 3 building and the Delta 3 building. So Delta 3 has that nice like waist height elevated platform that gives you view over the point. It's a really good range. Like, where's the circle tool? Yeah, you're looking at like 500, 600 meters. That's primo for most like DACA and laser bomb. So definitely you could see something playing off of that, like a heavier medium for 42. Other than that, I'd probably expect a lot of like JJ capable mechs. I think people have recognized here that if you don't have jump jets, it really limits where you guys can go. So probably like urban mechs, because it's good. The Mistlinks, Panthers have been really popular. The medium, I think, is going to be what's going to be the really flexible spot for both teams. That and the heavy. I've seen a lot of different things taken there.
All right, excellent. So yeah, we're just waiting for everyone to get loaded in right now. We got 42 just getting their team together. Each team, of course, has 5 minutes between each drop to select their mechs to swap teammates in and out.
Yeah. Oh, are they gonna? Oh yeah, Alpha is the lance you want. Yeah, I'd be interested to see if 42 does anything with the inner city. Like, I think from Team 1, that's kind of underexplored. Not that I know if it's really useful, but we haven't seen, like, we've seen play around, just wipe here, play around this building here on the inside. Really, this building by Kappa in general is where most of the fights happen, just because everybody's taking MPL lights. But I haven't really seen like anybody play things off the bridges. You know, a couple of teams like at Ghost of Nox that we just played, like had the Osiris out and Echo 4 up high from Team 2. But I haven't seen anything like that from Team 1. Oh, they're locked?
All right, Team 1 is locked. Team 1 is locked. Team 2's got 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Now that's interesting, actually, because I don't know why they would want to spawn somebody in Bravo. I hope they didn't just mix things up. Maybe they know something I don't. But that is the farthest spawn for Team 1. So.
Meanwhile, you got the other team is stacking up in Charlie, which is what you would which is what you would expect on for Team 2 because of the spawns. All right, we're almost locked up and ready to go for what is now the first full drop of the night. Smoke Adders versus 42.
And they're full on yeah, well, I figured. I guess I do need to wait for Team 2. But yeah, they're both match tonnage. 215 I mean, I don't think that's very heavy for either team. Let's see, like 70 tonner heavy, medium at 55 would be 125, and then 90 for your lights. So both teams are probably running like a slightly under-tonned medium, maybe some lighter lights.
Mm-hmm. So they are on. I gotta change this because they are on. Who was on the first? Who's on team one?
42. 42's team one.
42 on team one. Okay, good. Just so I can make sure I got the overlay set up correctly.
Speed out here to the dropship. Oh boy. I don't know. Can I start reading them off even though we haven't even started the match?
Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Let's just wait. Actually, now you can. Now you can. We can see them all.
Yeah. No, that Nova Cat is an interesting take from 42. I need to see what's on that. And Night Gear from Smoke Adders. I don't know. I guess that thing can make the jumps up, but that's gonna be kind of slow. So might see 42 manage to snag the cap here, even though I think it's widely considered that Team 2 has the better spawn for it.
Yeah, looking at the Team 2, you got a New Zealand Wolfhound, Mistlynx, Night Gyre, and an Urban Mech.
Oh boy! All right, so yeah,
the venerable
42,
K9.
This Nova Cat has dual LB20 and a PPC, so I guess that's like a Thanatos like surrogate, and then the Veagle's got double LBX10 and PPC as well. Yeah, Mistlynx is Hero, which is cool.
It's always good to see Hero. Like on the Night Gyre, by the way, it is the Goss PPC.
Oh,
Hero. So they're going for Hero, the mech. So they're going for absolute range here.
42 is running the Fire Starter, which you do not see often. I guess that's just for the JJs over the Wolfhound, but he also has one medium mixed in with the MPLs.
Lurch is trying to get a sliver on the cap and get some fire from the K9. Lurch drops away really fast because he realizes that he is way outnumbered. Prometheus and the Mistlynx is wrapping around way behind, pulling off the Smoke Adders, Mistlynx, and Wolfhound. Meanwhile, you got the Nova Cat trading with the Night Gyre at range. The Uziel is popping up and looking for shots. Big strike on Kappa.
Oh, I don't like how far back 42's Veagle is sitting. Like with LBX, especially with two of them, you're just not going to be hitting much at that range.
Oh my goodness, I didn't realize he was back that far.
Oh, there's a 1v1 happening with the Mistlynxes right now on that Echo 5 building, I think it is.
Oh, look at that. Let's see if we can get going. Here we go. Prometheus at an 89%, but wins the top while unfearing dropbacks down.
Mad Cat's getting beaten up on the cap too. Looks like he's trying to like solo hold it for the team right now. I think he may have gotten strike because he's open like everywhere. Oh. Okay.
Uh-oh, Judas ooped something.
He hit a macro maybe? Oh, that wasn't just BM. There's a UAV over the cap right now for Smoke Adder, so they're going to be able to see any of these 42 guys coming in for a poke, and I don't know if 42's seen it because like the Veagle could be shooting that down.
Yeah, Prometheus using that height advantage to bully the Night Gyre. Meanwhile, you got the Veagle
around the back.
The Veagle moved up, got some PPCs right into the Night Gyre, and threw a strike and just missed it.
I'm surprised that SA hasn't tried to deal with that Mistlynx yet, like really push it off.
Yeah, you have Lurch peek. You have Lurch peek on the left side here, looking for that Mistlynx, but with the Wolfhound there, he says it's 2v1. He's saying I don't want to have anything to do with that. Meanwhile, the Nova Cat moves right up to the cap.
Yeah, I mean,
Nova Cat's halved.
Super beat up though.
Nova Cat's halved.
Yeah, he's one click CT. I think he's been eating too much from that Night Gear. Just really needed to play tighter.
Yeah, no one's been able to touch the cap quite yet. 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the match.
Yeah, this is pinky. Oh, and yep, there's the pick on the Nova Cat.
Nova Cat goes down, which gives 42, gives Smoke Adders rather the advantage that they're looking for. That's a lot of guns taken off. Therax moves in and takes a sliver on Kappa.
Oh, I think Unfearing got moon jumped, so his legs are going to be hurting. But yeah, 42 is kind of getting back into a corner right now. They definitely need to consolidate and start picking off these lights, like the Irby and the Wolfhound on the left. This could go their way.
Yeah, the 42's Mistlynx is kind of sitting way back now, but he's not really doing very much. What?
Yeah,
Potato got picked in the Irby.
Yeah.
And Zudakai picks out the Mad Cat, or picks out Mad Cat. So both canines are now off the field.
Prometheus
that
is trying to
Wolfhound is in a lot of trouble.
Night Gear's open both legs. Prometheus might be able to take him out here. but looks like
Oh,
SA's
look
going
at
back
that.
to try to assist.
What was that? 3-on-1, but the Mistlinks gets away, but not a lot of it left.
Oh, there goes the gear.
And Prometheus takes out the gear even with only half a mech. Zudakai falls up with a kill on Therax. We're at a 2v2, but Smokeadder's advantage right now. They're just not as damaged.
Oh, yeah. They're real fresh compared to 42 right now. Zudakai's pretty fresh in that Vehicle. Actually, the Mistlinks is open both legs. A good shot here. He could really pull this back. Right
oh, wow.
Mistlinks too.
That Mistlinks just took those PPCs right in the face.
Yeah. Zudakai needs to hit a leg on that Mistlinks and just get it out of the fight. That Uziel's really squished right torso as well.
Zudakai's legged, though, so he doesn't have a lot of mobility. He's legged, and oh, there we go. Yep. He goes down. And then now it's just down to Prometheus.
And yeah, there it is.
Judas takes out the kill.
And for some reason, like, why don't... Oh, yeah, never mind. I'm looking at the reversed caps. No, it wasn't. Why didn't they just win? Okay. They had a cap advantage and no mechs left. Yeah. So GG, that was actually really close. I'm surprised considering that 42's Novacat got picked really hard that they were able to pull it back that tight.
Yeah, that was a really good match. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at those damage numbers.
Yeah, so pretty even spread for both teams. Both teams just had one person that was kind of out in front. For SA, that was the Wolfhound Therax, which I don't know if that was good strikes or... I mean, I saw him dancing around the backs of the team. I think he got a lot of good burns on that inside angle. And Zudakai with the Veagle. Once he moved up, it looked like he was actually getting a lot of shots from that center building. But other than that, it was pretty much, I mean, really even. Like a difference of, I don't know, 100 damage maybe? Like total? 200? SA just edged out a little bit. That Novacat not doing much. And Nike didn't even do actually that much for SA either. So, interesting match.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's take a look here. So, am I getting this right? I'm getting this right. 3. I'm probably getting this absolutely wrong, but we'll deal with it. So 42 gets 3 kills. Or pardon me, 42 got 5 kills and I'm getting it all mixed up, which is terrible, which is absolutely terrible. Again, I am so incredibly like backwards on this that this is probably going to look really bad. No, that sounds about right. That looks about right. I hope. Let's take a look at the aftermatch. Let's just take a look at that. So yeah, there we go. 42. Actually, no. 42 has like they actually come. Yeah, the entire team got killed on 42 side. Yeah, 42, but they got the loss, not the win. Duh. Don't mind me. Oh my goodness. This is a bit of a little bit challenging to get back into the habit of casting again. It is, especially and also because it's a Div B match, right? We're casting people that we've played
against, yeah. All right, we want to do a map strat recap. We just moving straight into the next one.
Let's go. Let's do while they're starting themselves up. Let's do let's pull up the map strat here.
All right, I'm gonna give them the 5-minute warning, so we should be able to move in. I give them an extra minute anyway. But yeah, for 42 had an initial setup. They all came up. Bravo I guess that was their mislink. So yeah, I guess that was his plan. Was he came in something like this and hopped up on that building. I didn't see his exact route. He might have snuck through Theta, because I was looking through all the buildings, but he moved up that way. Then they had the Vapor Eagle sitting really deep. The Novacat, I think, came up on this building, which, yeah, I think he very quickly realized was bad. And then they had their light pack kind of dancing around in front, whereas SA went with the interesting left-handed night gear actually in the low building. Maybe it was out here. And then had everything else dancing around in that low area in Echo 3. And then, yeah, eventually you saw, the bunch of skirmishes just happening all over this whole area. And, I guess SA pushed up towards this side. 42 also forced the issue on this side, and then you had to fight over that building. Which is kind of interesting. I don't think at least in our match, it did not play out nearly like that. We saw a lot more fighting on the inside. These guys played it over and outside the cap a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot of good fights like right in that like right in kind of in this general area, right? Like it was fight central. Well, there was a small little skirmish kind of back in here. Oh my goodness, this poor map strat. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this for a second. So I mean, there was like an attempt to have a skirmish back here, but about the only thing that we really had was we had the 1v1 with the two mislinks kind of up here in Echo 3, which that was certainly fun to watch. It's like even though the mislinks that fell off the top was more damaged, you know, the part of the state on the top is more damaged. The healthier mislinks just couldn't stay up there. He had to jump down and run away.
No, I was interested that or I'm surprised that Prometheus lived that long. The gear didn't just like pop it up there and blast him. I thought SA would do something like that. It might have actually made it a little close to their favor, but I think 42 did a really good job of keeping all of their lights and whatnot fresh. Like the Nova Cat was really the only thing that was really beat up when they came through the middle of that match. So,
all right, moving on to it was all right. So moving on to the next map, which is Canyon Network.
Yeah, I had to look up our sheets for that one.
So Canyon Network, this is the fight for Epsilon. This is the fun side of the map. So what do you think we're going to see here? We're probably going to see people kind of in Trash Pile and probably here in Echo 5.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. I think the where you're going to see a lot of flexibility in play is this side with the lights. I mean, those Trash Pile and what we call Bucket Hill and Echo 5, they have some lines over the top of the map, but obviously they can't see any of the trenches, and you just don't have enough mechs, especially with the point being Epsilon like this out on the flank, to really keep good eyes on that side. So scouting's gonna be really important for these teams. But like by the same token, you might just see a straight push. You know, we know 42 is confident with that. We know SA can sit back or push. I mean, they've done both in a lot of their matches. So I think from either direction, you could see just a full corner push with a lot of DACA. But I expect like Black Widows, Summoners, Riflemen 2Cs. Those have been bread and butter for this side. For either side. But yeah, I'm interested what teams will take for the lights. It looks like they're actually both locked right now if we want to just head right in. But
yeah, if they're ready to go, let's do this.
Yeah, so 42 from the top side is taking a Bravo spawn, so that's everybody on the right side. Whereas SA from Team 1, which I believe is bottom side, they've taken a radio tower spawn for one of their guys. So we might see something like what Ghost of Nox took in our match, where they stick a heavy over there, like a summoner or something, and then just have that guy pop with angles, because that gives them some view of the trench so they don't get completely jumped. And also gives them like a second angle down into Trash Pile. I know if you're standing on the right side of radio tower, you can look across the map there and you can get extra shots in on that guy. But it's a Javelin they've spawned over there. Okay, so they're not bothering with that.
All right, so I'm over here in the red team. So if you're over on the blue team, why don't we start with Smoke Adders?
Yeah, so Smoke Adders bringing Grasshopper, Black Widow, Rifleman 2C. So pretty standard stuff. The Grasshoppers, okay, ER Meads LPL, so that's Laser Bomb. And then they've got a K9, and I think this is just the normal, medium laser javelin spawned by radio to just scout the left.
Meanwhile, over on 42 side, you've got a Rifleman 2C, a Summoner, a Night Guy, Commando, and Urban Mech. With
Commando's already diving for the cap.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, Flynn Hassett gets that early cap on Epsilon and pulls back. Meanwhile, Smoke Adders are still working on getting into position.
Okay, so this is actually... They might do what I'm talking about here. Smoke Adders has both their lights at Theta. And I don't know if... Yeah, they might just be there for scouting. It looks like they've identified that, 42 is all basically in that corner. They could make some movement here up the trench and be aggressive if they wanted, but, I mean... They might need to at this point with no cap control at all.
What's this? The Commando's scouting out the two lights right now. He's gonna piece that corner, run right into the Javelin.
Oh, dude, Aquanaut had to feel that, right? Like, maybe not, because Smalls barely scraped him.
Yeah, you got just a little tap. Meanwhile, big strike.
Oh no, they did.
Comes out, but
I don't like how stacked up 42 is getting on this corner. I think that's like Charlie 5 or something.
The Charlie 5 rock here.
Yeah. So yeah, right
Meanwhile,
now they're
Windscape taking a ton of damage from Smoke Adders, from both the Black Widow and I think, is it also from the Rifleman? Did they both get at him? I think they might have both grabbed him.
SA doing a good job dodging that strike with their heavies. That was like right in between them. But yeah, right now, like SA is really only looking down one angle, and most of that's Windscape, and it's just letting, or not SA, but 42.
Yeah,
and SA is just punishing that.
Absolutely. 42 taking a huge strike. Windscape and Subwoofer in the Summoner, both taking that damage. Windscape is very damaged right now.
Oh, 42's lights are pushing the issue, though. They've got the
Windscape.
The Irby and the Commando both like in on things. Commando's actually, he's getting beat
Commando's
up in the
2v1
right now.
Commando's 2v1 and soon to be 3v1 if that Grasshopper pulls up. But the Urban Mech is at Theta as well. Subwoofer trying to do some peeks on the side here to help out the Commando.
Oh yeah, meanwhile they got Dirty Dish moving up on the outside ledge with the Rifleman 2C. And yeah, now 42 seen him. But they're backing off. Huh.
Yep.
Oh, yep, and there's the K9 peeks up, and the Warhammer takes out the Night Gear for SA.
Yeah,
so
and that
skirmish happening on Theta.
And that RD strike goes and takes out the disperses the other two mechs. Meanwhile, yeah, there's a fight for Theta, even though that's actually not the cap. Oops, I hit the wrong button there. The Commando is still kind of in between the Grasshopper and the K9, trying to see if they can get some crossfire going against him.
Yeah, Kevster's nearly lake down there. Oh yeah, they just got it. But yeah, Flynn is super beat up in the Commando. Yeah, Aquanatus just one click in his left torso, blew off his own right arm with an overheat, it looks like. Yes.
There we go. Prometheus from up high takes out the Grasshopper.
Yeah, meanwhile, here comes Unfearing pushing in. So yeah, we have two fights going on, both teams like just fully in on each other. Except for the Rifleman 2C for SA. I don't know why he's capping right now. Like, he needs to push up. They have plenty of time. He needs to help them win this fight.
Yeah, you got Unfearing and the Black Widow going 2v1 against the Summoner and the Rifleman 2C. Soon to be 3v1 with the Commando.
Oh, Lurch still has all of his guns in that Irby. Like, he might be the clutch mech for him here. Flynn finally goes down. Jeez. Yeah, Lurch picks the Javelin.
Nice.
It's a Irby 1v1 over Theta.
Oh, and here comes the fresh Rifleman 2C. Heimdallites. He's coming up and he's looking for that Summoner down to a single PPC. That was the dual PPC Summoner, not the triple PPC.
The weak man Summoner.
As the Rifleman 2C just W keys in towards the Summoner. Unfearing and that Black Widow just standing up there. Yeah, meanwhile you got Mad Cat. Oh, the strike was dropped on Unfearing. Can he get out in time?
Oh yeah, he did. It looks like he might have like the strike tightening him from the skill tree, or he just got really unlucky, but that was really tightly bunched. Yeah, there's a pick on the Summoner.
And the K9 takes down the Summoner. Nice.
So yeah, it's up to Lurch to get what picks he can. So yeah, he's gonna get the Warhammer, but I don't think he's not gonna get the other two when he's open like that. Another pretty close game though. That was really chaotic in the center there.
Oh, absolutely. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I think.
Meanwhile, Heimdallites shoots the wall. Let's enjoy the fireworks here.
AC2 macro hacks No, I think 42 really needed to spread that Summoner out. Like that thing shouldn't have been playing off the same rock as the rest. If that guy had gotten away from Smoke Adders there, that Rifleman would have never caught him. Like if he had been able to break more of a gap, which I think was just that he was on that rock for so long. I think he also could have rotated around to the center cap, maybe help the lights take that fight, because they had some really good shots there. And SA made pretty clear that they were okay with just not going around the corner in Epsilon. Like they definitely wanted to force the issue up the inside. But yeah, I mean that was really back and forth. A lot of mechs just hurt for a while. I think the damage spread of like what mechs were hurt was all over the place.
Yeah, let's look at those damage numbers.
Yeah, so Aquanatus, I think he just early on in that light fight did like I don't know what caused him to overheat, but he cooked off his right arm. I think probably hurt his own internals down to as hurt as they were, and clearly got beat up on Theta. Yeah, him and Kevster were the first two things focused down, so their damage got nuked. Unfearing pulling a lot of damage, 612 on the Black Widow. Meanwhile, on 42, actually pretty even spread. Windscape and the Night Gear getting the lowest just because he was getting focused on that angle really hard. And Lurch and the K9 putting in a lot of work being the last man standing. But yeah, I mean, there might have been strikes that contributed to some of these damage numbers we saw. Was that Windscape got picked by a strike, I think? So
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he got picked by a strike, or police got really damaged by a strike, because I know there were a couple strikes that were sent on him, and certainly like he got damaged pretty early. He was halved fairly quickly. Yeah. So it was and that was a tough location to be on in that Charlie 5 hill.
Yeah. But I mean, all in all, again, the damage is pretty close. I mean, I think SA edged out by a couple hundred or 200 at the end there.
All right, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here and see where we stand right now. So Smoke Adders, they took the 2v2, and then of course won the first two drops, getting all 5 kills. 42 picking up some points as well, so it's currently 22-6. So looking at the map strat.
Oh, yeah, I swapped it over to Terra. Rip. Come back.
All right, so the biggest surprise for me was seeing a lot of the fighting here. Not so, and I guess we could add that little spot.
Dramatic load time. Yeah.
Right? We could. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing. Like, 42 went significantly standoff with their deck. It was like both teams were afraid of that Epsilon corner push and took, or maybe they just wanted to trade, but they both took very conservative standoff. 42 definitely had a little more dive potential with that commando versus like the poking potential of the javelin. But I mean, that was almost a near like mirror match. I mean, the summoner also gave them a little more. Yeah, that was interestingly balanced there, where SA took a brawlier heavy, but a pokier light. But yeah, I mean, I expected some light plays to come around there, but I didn't imagine like the heavies would pull out that way, and it would be that much of a fight over Theta. But yeah, I mean, you saw kind of the standard setups here for both teams of something like this on the Epsilon side. But yeah, it was interesting that then they sent mechs, this way from either team rather than around the corner. But that's vying for position. If you can get Theta, you open up that whole side of the map, then you can just sweep into the last two. And both teams, like, it seemed like they very clearly wanted to cut off the riflemen for the other team and just move away from it. So
no, absolutely an exciting match and an interesting match to watch, because like nobody died at Epsilon.
Yeah,
nobody.
Even Flynn got the super easy cap too. I think they probably took the commando in part for being able to sneak that, but yeah, he just easily took that. I guess they didn't even seem like they cared about it.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. So now we're just waiting for the teams to lock in for the next map, which is Terra Therma.
Yeah. So, oh boy, Terra Therma. I think what the meta has been, especially for this weight breakdown, is a lot of DACA, and then maybe like a MPL Wolfpack for both teams. I know you can do the cheeky LRM Volcano and hop up the top there in Fox 6 with a medium. I mean, an assault could, but that's going to take you a year, and you probably won't have like health down low to hang on. But we could see that. I think that's a team 1 play. Otherwise, I'm expecting, some sort of assault sitting back in, Hotel 6, Hotel 7, maybe up Gulf 6, 7. From Team 1, there's a lot of flexibility, but a lot of people just like sending assaults over here to the Fox 8, Gulf 8 Theta entrance. It would be interesting to see if 42, I guess, is Team 1. Yeah, if they try to split up their mechs and put something in Fox 7 that has some sort of Overwatch or DACA to look across the center. I know you can do those split angles, but with the 3 mediums, you got to be super careful of Team 2 just making a push right across right or on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So the things to watch are definitely going to be this back angle here, Golf 8 to Hotel 8. You can see a lot of cheeky plays around there. It's possible that people will do a Zimbabwe push around Golf 5 Echo 6. Maybe try to get in the back with a medium. I mean, we know SA has really loved that black laner in the past, so that could be something they go for. But otherwise, I expect to just see people slugging it out over top of Theta.
Absolutely, yeah. It's funny, like it's even like in our own scrims and in our own practices, this was like the map that I didn't practice or scrimmed on.
Yep.
I was never on this, so I'm like, oh great, what are they gonna do? I don't know, because I actually haven't done any. I haven't played on this map for TOC yet.
It's a really I don't know, very interesting map just by virtue of how small the map actually is. Like if you're just playing on Theta, you know, you don't have like that much space. I mean, you're probably looking at like this carved out area is what can be seen. So there's been interesting science like the volcano of sending the LRM medium up there, or having guys sitting way back in Hotel 6 and 7 and getting like lines over the top. But even within that space, you know, there's like a lot of the way the ridges cut off or allow you to see over sight lines is important, but it also limits like how many positions a mech can play. So I think it's forced a lot of people to get creative with what they take on this map, because you know there's not an easy just you go here and you win, especially for Team 1 where you are like jammed right up against the cap. And again, since this is one of those big maps that has like the cutoff sight lines, so other examples would be like Rubalite or like maybe Tourmaline, where there's this huge back area of the map that's still in play that somebody could rotate around. Scouting is going to be important for both these teams. Make sure they don't get jumped.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Team 1 is locked. Just waiting for Team 2 to get ready to go. Looks like Team 1's going to be dropping heavy in Charlie Lance with 1 in Bravo.
And yeah, it looks like SA is doing the same thing from the other side of just spawning close to the cap and just going. Although, yeah, the fact that they went all heavy in alpha, I think definitely confirms that sort of Hotel 6-7 movement. You know, but either team, like the Bravo spawn's not that far away that you couldn't loop something around. So there are mind games there of just playing the usual spawns and then actually sneaking something around the back. All right, both teams are locked.
All right, both teams are locked. Let's do this. Drop 3. Make sure I've got that set up right. Yes, I do.
None of these matches so far have really felt like out of reach for 42. I mean, it's been really close. I think it's really that they've just been losing a mech early on to some bad angles and just really trying to hold an angle that the mech can't handle. So if they can actually just, you know, play tight, rotate armor effectively, you could easily see this go their way.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're slowly getting loaded in here.
It's an ant on my monitor. Yep, and there it is. Annihilators out of both teams. Not surprising.
All right, looking at 42's team composition, we've got a Vulcan. Well, yeah, Vulcan, an Assassin, Annihilator, Vapor Eagle, and a Blood Asp. And
it's the same thing almost from SA, except that they just swapped in the Direwolf instead of the Blood Asp. What is on the? Is that the LB? Yeah, it's got to be the twin LBX-10. Oh no!
Okay, no, so 6 AC5. 6 AC5 Annihilator.
Well, I was looking at the Veagle. So 42's opted for a DACA Veagle, like full AC5s and 10s, whereas SA's got the sort of traditional dual LB10 with a peep. But yeah, also the assaults are different. So Smokeouters has gone for full AC2s, which I think makes sense given they've got that backspace Hotel 6 to back off to. But 42's opted for, I think, what, all 5s, right? Maybe some 10s for their Blood Asp.
Yeah, Blood Asp has 5s and 10s. The Annihilator's all 5s. And we got Potato just kind of hiding there in front of the Assassin Judas.
All right, so yeah, 42 or... Huh.
Wow, that was fantastic. Judas, I don't think realized that Potato was there. He just kind of sat there.
Oh, so that's an SRM Vulcan, huh? Yes. So Snowcatchers is being very cagey with the cap. I think at this point, yeah, UAV up. They don't know where 42 is going, but they got to be suspecting this backside push.
Yeah, 42 stacking up in Gulf 8 here.
Yeah, no, that the Annihilator. Oh, Annihilator's worried about the other backside. Yeah, they really don't know.
Judas is coming back around again, I think.
Not looking towards the push. Okay, so they've just seen it now, yeah, because they got shots out on the mediums.
Yeah, the Direwolf is hanging way out in the back. The Direwolf will probably saw the rotation first. The Direwolf getting some damage down on the Veagle.
This is a very big spread for SA, and that's going to be a problem for 42 trying to push in here. Although the Annihilator doesn't really have lines on where that Blood Asp is. If 42 can really just hammer on this Direwolf, they should be able to take him out right here.
Yeah, Windscape is essentially going 1v1 against that Direwolf, but losing, and he exposes himself to the Annihilator from his right. Meanwhile, the Vapor Eagle and, or sorry, the Vulcan rather, and the Assassin
and there goes the Dire.
Charges the Direwolf and takes him down.
There goes the Blood Asp, so there's the trades. I think SA's got a better bunching with their mediums, but 42's trying to regroup here, it looks like. No? Okay, so they're splitting 2 and 2 right now.
Yep, with the Vulcan and the Assassin.
Again.
This will be fun to keep track of.
Okay, yeah, he ate something from a strike, but I think he's still pretty good. Yeah,
Prometheus is, I think, looking for the Annihilator so we can start chewing him down.
No, he's on the Veagle entirely. But yep, there he goes. Yeah, Unfearing's just lighting up Prometheus right now.
Yeah, Unfearing basically has kind of, unfettered access to everybody at the moment, but cutting the Annihilator in half.
Yeah, I think they really need to be, like, healing with Unfearing. He's just going to come in here and run the show. Although, SA's, yep, there goes the Veagle. Assassin's both legs open for 42. He's super beat up.
Yeah, the Annihilator's just standing there completely unchallenged while Captain Judas takes down the Assassin for Assassin.
Kev's just pretty beat up in the Vulcan, but yeah, 42 doesn't seem to be going after him. I guess I gotta go for the Annihilator at this point.
Yeah, the Smoke Adder's Annihilator down at 63%, still has all of his weapons.
Oh yeah, that shutdown's gonna be lethal.
Right into the side of the Vulcan. Down to 38%. Potato's in a lot of trouble here. 37% and down. All right, Flynn is the last remaining 42 pilot alive here.
I don't think he's going to be able to get a pickup with those UX. Yeah, I think he jammed up anyway. Or they got crit, one of the two. Yep. There you go. SA takes another one. Again, yeah, that Vulcan was super beat up. Annihilator was open CT. Assassin was pretty fresh.
That was kind of tough to even cast because it's like
just farming. Well, these guys are making these matches tough to cast. They keep doing these 2 engagement strategies. Yeah, I mean, there you have it. You can't just let an Annihilator with ACs and LBs stand out there and just click on people. I don't even think he clicked. He probably just set a rock on his left mouse button and then just pointed. Like, I don't know if he stopped firing. But yeah, I mean, Potato doing actually pretty good damage in that Hero Vulcan with the SRMs there. Prometheus getting good damage out in the Annihilator. Windscape, again, just getting picked apart in that Blood Asp. I think he was just too far ahead and needed to, like, let people rotate in armor for him after the Direwolf tore him apart. But,
yeah. No, absolutely. Like,
Annihilator, just hard carry, which is really all they needed, right? The memes just need to screen.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, there's even on the 42 side, they had a bunch of team damage. Prometheus with 21 team damage, Windscape with 10. I'm not sure if it was a bad strike or if it was just crossfire, but yeah, there was a little bit of team damage happening on the 42 side in as well.
Yeah, 21 with an Annie that sounds like it could have been like an AC 5 shot that just went astray, and then like 1 point of bump damage maybe. Or it was a strike. Either way, yeah. That's not game-changing, but definitely rough. I mean, there was so much chaos in that fight, though.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so a quick peek at the scoreboard here. So we're sitting now at 3 wins for Smoke Adders. This is in addition to the 2v2, but for the main drops, you got 3 wins. And 5 kills for each win, and this
Hold on.
time 42 only took 2 kills this time. So
team 1 for SA, yeah. It's because they're mixing me up because I keep leaving lobby.
So not a very good performance by Smokeadder so far. We've got 2 more drops here to go for that 42 can try to turn this around. And let's take a look at that map strat and see once again that we were fighting nowhere near the cap.
Yeah.
We were fighting like here.
Well, I was interested that again, like neither team even bothered to go for it. Like didn't even want to risk making the initial play for it.
Well, there was an initial cap by Smokeadders.
Yeah,
they capped, and then, but that was while 42 was stacking up here.
Yeah, that was very like slow. I think there was a good 10-15 seconds probably. Like there was a time, the whole time when the assassin was peeking around in Hotel 7 towards Potato and Gulf 8, like where again 42's assaults were just catching up here, and like
Potato
neither team did that initial push, which was interesting.
So interesting, like very early on, Potato was, I know that it's a bit small, but Potato was right where this X was. Judas was right here and couldn't see him. So there was an attempt at an early game scout. There was no weapons fire, so it's hard to tell whether he was actually spotted or not, but he stood there for a moment and then retreated back. So it was an interesting potential early exchange, but Potato was just in this nice little sweet spot, right up there in Gulf 8 Hill.
Yeah. But I mean what was that chaos? I mean, it was 42 went for this push, and then just everything around Hotel 7 just went to pot.
You had an Annihilator here, you had a Direwolf down here.
Yeah, that was a wild spread.
I think what was kind of the undoing is Windscape in the Blood Asp, when he was basically more or less 1v1ing the Direwolf while the other 2 mechs were kind of moving up to flank him. What he did is he actually there's this ridge here.
Yeah, he stepped too far forward.
And he stepped here, and as soon as he got to this point with the Direwolf there, fully exposed to the Annihilator, and the Annihilator just kind of laid into the side of him.
Yeah. No, I'm surprised that 42 didn't make a play for Theta. Like, not necessarily, that they would die for fighting for the point, but with that sort of brawly light pack, I'm surprised they didn't even at least like feint that, right? Because I feel like just the complete lack of, SA hasn't seen any of your mechs, immediately told SA they had to be here. I mean, you could see that. Like the Annihilator was completely staring towards Fox 5 until 42 started firing, and then the Direwolf was, he was sitting back here, but he was just full on looking towards Gulf 8, and even SA, like that's what I meant with their mediums. Like they didn't even touch the cap early on because it looked like they were sitting there like, what's going on here? So I don't know if they intended to be that conservative with that initial cap, but I feel like that could have punished them if they had run into something more conventional from 42. Because they had a very deep setup that relied on them getting the cap, and they really didn't make an aggressive play for it off the bat.
Absolutely. All right, this brings us to Alpine Peaks.
Yes. Finally, a trading map.
And Alpine Peaks, it is the fight for Sigma. Long ranges all over the place.
Yeah.
So what do you think we're going to see here? We're going to see probably I would imagine we'll see Team 1. Potentially, we could see mechs like up here in like Gulf 3, Gulf 4, yeah. Gulf 4, Gulf 5.
Undoubtedly.
Or on this like Hotel 6 hill area here. Maybe pushed up to India 6.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think and then, Team 2 obviously is Salima 6 Hill is really popular. There's definitely going to be something on Juliet 6. You probably see stuff out in Lima 5, maybe Kilo 7. I think the interesting points here are going to be this area, this green box, and what teams do with the purple box. Those 2 sides. So I've seen Team 1 strats where you can just charge from Charlie because there's enough cover going with Juliet 6. I mean, we saw in our match Ghost of Nox step down with their assaults out of India 6 and a Team 2 setup where you're kind of sitting back in Lima 6, Kilo 6. You don't have lines in that area, so you can get really close as Team 1, but that is a super bold play. So I think SA is confident enough with their trading ability that they're just going to try to stand off in the hills and take shots across. But yeah, the green area, that's an aggressive side for both teams. So if Team 2 pushes up like a summoner or something there, those shots are going right into the side of guys in India 6. But likewise, Team 1 can, push an assault on there and get a whole another angle on Team 2's side. So that'll be interesting. But the biggest thing is that cap. That is a huge question mark of our team's going to just take a Vulcan with MPLs to just beat something on the cap? Are they going to take a Black Lantern or like an ER large medium? Or are they just going to say, like, forget the cap and take like a Hunchback 2C or a Vapor Ego? There's a lot of options with that medium slot. And that Sigma cap might decide the game, depending on who gets that early. It's going to dictate who has to move.
Absolutely. All right, both teams are locked. I'm just going to let them know that's going to say let's go. So let's go ahead and launch the Drop 4 Alpine Peaks. 5 minutes to lock, casters. The chat that you folks can't see. All right, make sure I've got the overlay set up properly here. Smoke Adders is now Team 1. There we go.
Both teams went full heavy side Charlie spawn. So that looks like Charlie Bravo. That's pretty standard just stuff for this map. If you see something alpha, that would be wild, but it look like they're doing the usual.
All right, teams are loading in now.
So I'm already interested in the Mad Cat A out of 42. That's not a variant you see very often. I think other than that, pretty standard takes. We got the Annihilator 1P, the Marauder 2C8. A lot of people like that. The Warhawk from Team 2 is a pretty bold take from 42. I think Team 1's got it a little easier because they can step that up on India 6. But yeah, it looks like Smoke Adder's taking some of the quirked IS mechs for range. I want to check what these Vulcans have. Okay, so it's ER large Vulcan out of 42, and SA is also ER large. So they've got the ER large ER Mead mixed one. It's not gonna be too much of a difference there. They still should run around the same speed as a normal Vulcan.
Yeah,
surprising. Actually, these guys made it very slow. What the heck?
Surprised not to see very much in the way of like Hellbringers or anything like that. Something that can equip ER larges and nothing. Both summoners are dual peep, so they could be the dual peep summoner with like the huge targeting computer or something to deal with the velocity.
Yeah, but and here comes the light fight. So Judas is stepping on cap. I think Flynn's seen him. Yeah, I think he got the scrape, so that stopped the cap.
Yeah, Flynn pulling back a little bit of damage, down to 96%, but that opened up his back, I think.
Yeah,
opened up his left shoulder.
I think the summoner punished him there in the back. So it looks like the cap's going to go to 42, or not 42, but SA here. At least it's got to be in their favor now. I mean, if he's got cap pixel, it's going to take over any second. Yep.
Yeah, Judas is being very cautious, trying to make sure he's not going to take any free damage. Backs out.
This is a janky Mad Cat A.
This is a really interesting positioning by 42, though. Look at that. They're ignoring the Lima line altogether. They're on the Kappa line or the Kilo line.
Yeah, I think
so they're close in.
They've taken a lot of clan ER peeps, but it's on mechs that don't really have range quirks to get that extra range, like out of the super long range awesome or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sending the Warhawk up for the tower. That's gonna be a pretty aggro position there.
That's gonna be a hard one to trade.
Shots, but
it'll be a hard one to trade down from, though. Yeah, it'll be a hard one to trade down from just because of how low the PPCs are. We have the Stalker and the Mad Cat, the Marauder 2C8, just hanging out like up high here. The 2C8 is trading quite effectively with the Annihilator.
Yeah, I think Flynn needs to open up lines here a bit, and they probably need to push up that summoner too. Like 42's just got their medium and heavy back, sitting there trading in a usual spot that an assault would play, but with that mobility, like they could be leveraging that right now to get some side angles on SA, who's really just playing this left-handed really hard.
Yeah, you got the summoner trying to take shots at Captain Judas in the Vulcan. But or probably no, the Marauder, the Mad Cat 2, the Mad Cat 2CA.
You know, 42's pushed 2 PPC assaults up this back left side. You know, strikes falling on everybody at this point, but yeah, this is interesting. Oh, looks like Windscape took a hit there from the strike. Yeah, he's still pretty fresh. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that everybody looks like I'm sorry that everything looks like ants on this drop. It's just that we have people across about 5 different grids.
Oh, it's gotta be more than that. Yeah, I mean,
but Judas is kind of sitting comfortably where he is right now,
yeah,
right near the cap.
Down the center.
The 342 mechs here, the Summoner, the Vulcan, and the Annihilator, they can't see him. They're not able to shoot him because as soon as they peak too high, they just get punished by the Marauder 2C and the Stalker.
The con here, I mean, they pushed up this high with PPC mechs on the left, and I mean, this is just half the problem with the PPC mechs is, you know, hitting anything that's small from that range is already hard. But they pushed up with assaults, so
Lurch artfully dodges an airstrike.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the mini map on the bottom left, like pretty equal concave from both teams. They're making a clean box. But yeah, this 42 assaults, like they can't step forward or they're gonna get torn to shreds. But then they can't get in enough damage to make a play unless they get closer. I mean, both teams are sitting, with like high 70s to low 80s right now. You know,
yeah, you've got
sitting at 90 still.
So you got Judas trying to make a play on Flynn. He's right beneath them. There we go. Flynn taking almost a full burn from Captain Judas. Flynn pulls back. The Summoner's wrapping around, but looks like he's trying to get lines on the other Summoner.
Oh, so the UAV over his head. He needs to stop poking. Run. And imagine
strike is thrown to
an arm PPC in the Summoner to shoot down that UAV.
All right, 40. So. Flint and Lurch are making a move to the right here, trying to get sight lines on Judas and the Summoner.
And
meanwhile, this Annihilator's
up on the other side.
This Annihilator's just sitting here getting punished. Prometheus in this one Annihilator 1P. He's down to 59%. He's pretty weak all over. Open in the back. You get the Subwoofer in the Mad Cat and Windscape in the Warhawk. They're kind of they're getting some trades.
Look to his left though. Like the 2 assaults for SA have pushed up really far. Yeah, there he's finally noticed. But yeah, this is going to be kind of CQC here between the assaults. Windscape needs a Subwoofer to step up with him. I think.
Oh, and a strike is dropped behind. Oh, a strike barely misses Subwoofer. Windscape pulls back. But Windscape is
for SA, but yeah, Windscape's open everywhere. Although at this point, like 42 is gonna need to straight up kill all their mechs and keep Flynn alive if they want to win this. The cap has been ticking for SA for so long.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 52 seconds remaining, and it's 162 cap points for Smoke Adders at the moment.
All right, and there's
Prometheus takes out the Stalker.
Flynn stepped up for the cap, but it's gonna be him and Judas duking it out at this point.
Yeah, he's neutralized the cap, so let's see if he's going to be able to flip it in their favor. Looks like the Summoner and Judas both pushed them off.
Yeah, Windscape making a super aggro move out here.
Oh, I mean, looks like is 42 making an aggressive move for the cap?
They got
the Annihilators pushed up. You got the Summoners pushed up.
Oh, yeah, no, they know they need Lurch to like keep coming forward in that Summoner though. He's got like most of their armor on the field at this point.
Yeah, you got the 2 assaults out in the side of the hill, moving up as well, trying to get lines on the Marauder 2C.
Yeah, and Unfearing's so torn up in that corner. Like 42 needs to close the noose on that Summoner and Vulcan over there. Like, yeah, because they need to be able to go run around the map and cap. Even then, I don't know if they have time. Like they need to push up and get kills, but I don't know if they have the health to do that or the range at this point.
Yeah. Meanwhile, 42 flips the cap in their favor.
Shot for the headshot on the Annie. I don't think... I mean, I think Kevster might actually be open in the head now. Oh, he's one click. That almost headshot him. Oh, Prometheus is aiming for it. That was so close. Wow, Kevster's one click in the head. That was a crazy effort.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he's got all his weapons still. So even though he's got his head's pretty hurting, the rest of his mech is fine.
Yeah, no, I think
Ye-
Prometheus knew that and was just going for the headshot. Nearly got it. Yeah, he knows.
You see, there's an interesting move here. You got Subwoofer shooting down and ignoring the Marauder 2C that's beside him.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting torn apart by that Annihilator. He kind of has to. And yeah, there's Unfearing, like, he's stepping up just to remind him he's there. But yeah, those two PVC mechs are running so hot with only one side.
Yeah, and there we go. The Summoner takes out the Mad Cat, leaving Unfearing by himself up on that hill, which is a really good power position to have.
Right now, they could, yeah, they just didn't get enough focus damage to leg him. But Flynn's pretty much hurt all over.
Yeah, Judas pulling back, trying not to give him that point.
Really beat up too. Both Summoners beat up and Vulcans. There goes the half for Lurch. I think that was, I don't know if that was a Marauder maybe that got him. Yeah, it looks like Unfearing has easy lines right now. And there comes Kevster. Wonder if, yep, good shot. Flynn goes down. And now it's just Lurch sitting in the back there. He's one click.
Yep, and everyone's pushing, everyone's rotating on him.
Yep, and there it is. So, another pretty close 3-mech win for SA.
That's a 4-mech win. But on top of that, look,
oh yeah,
that's 4 mechs. But look at how damaged they are. Like 42 could have probably easily taken out Unfearing in that Marauder 2C. You know, the Annihilator took a lot of damage, so it's not like they're that you know, Smoke Adders is you know, coming out of this unscathed. They're very damaged here.
Yeah. So, I mean, gotta finish mechs, but you know, on this map, it's less easy than on another map, right? Like, this isn't a case of bad focus fire. This is just everybody was sitting at 50% come the end of the game, and SA just pushed their advantage. That's a good effort from 42 in the middle there, though. I think they lost some of those early trades, and I don't like their assault being up there in the mountains as much. I mean, I guess, you know, SA did the same thing, but from the tower, the radio tower side that 42 had, that is just, there's no cover. So your only sort of resistance to damage is just mobility. So I feel like that would have been a better place for like Flynn or maybe the Summoner. I mean, Summoner would have still gotten crushed.
Yeah,
Unfearing
that Marauder 2C8 dishing out 785 damage.
I think he just had really good lines for the whole fight. That's what that looked like. I mean, because that mech, you know, he probably slapped a big TC in it and stuff, but like that thing isn't particularly quirked for range. So I think other things like the Awesome would be hitting for harder at that range, but or maybe with the Splash, it's pretty even actually. But yeah, I mean overall, yeah, the Summoner, Annihilator, Marauder got really good damage in for SA. Was that, I think, like the Vulcan, the Annie on 42 did good damage. Flynn actually putting in a lot with that Year Large Vulcan. I mean, that thing has like no DPS. So
yeah, it just came down to who was winning trades. That's really what it came down to. Like, especially when you're looking at the kind of, you know, damage for damage, the spread between the team is very, you know, aside from Unfearing, everything else is almost identical.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the bigger thing there was just, it was the cap. Like 42 and was doing pretty okay on trades. I mean, they had Prometheus took a beating there in the middle, because I think that was when the SA assaults pushed up high on the left and had some really nasty lines on him. But like, you know, 42 was doing pretty okay. They just were forced to come forward because they didn't have an answer for that initial cap. And you know, that's the curse of Alpine Sigma. Like or really any map, like, but especially one like this where the match will just go to time if you sit back and trade, and so you have to come forward. And this time that was 42 that had to do that just because they couldn't get that cap.
All right, let's take a look at the quick peek at the scoreboard, and then let's we could talk it on the map strat a little bit here. Smoke Adder's taking another win, and of course getting all 5 kills. 42 only being able to pick up 1 kill this round, so that puts the score at 42-9. Flipping over to the map strat, they 42 did something that I wasn't expecting. Is that, you know, rather than, you know, collect their mechs and move this way and kind of take over this region, you know, instead they did quite the opposite. They kind of went this kilo line instead, and they kind of just fought all up here, and then they kind of sort of pushed up to there. Like it's And it was an interesting move by them.
Well, so there's a couple of things here. I mean, first of all, I'd say playing the like kilo line, like that's kind of the old school Alpine style of being closer. I think part of the problem was that, well, I say problem, but the reasoning for 42 was that they didn't take anything that was like extreme range. Like they didn't have a Virago, they didn't have like a Rancor, like the ERP Awesome, like some IS mech that has ERPBCs and a range quirk for it are the longest range mechs in the game. I think they have like 1,000 something optimal, 1,012. So because they didn't have that, I mean, you're looking at these ranges. If you're standing on Lima 6, you're already looking at 1,500 to India 6, and like already 2,000 meters out to the area where like Unfearing was standing. So they just didn't have that with those clan mechs. Like, and I think they knew that, and also wanted to make that move up Kilo 4 to open up lines because they were getting kind of bunched up on that corner, and they did a good job spreading out. I just would have liked to see maybe their faster mechs make some more aggressive move, like to catch out Judas there. They might have been able to swing down low in Juliet 6 and get lines on him because he was sitting pretty in the center of the map for the longest time. But yeah, I mean, overall, like for an Alpine match, it was pretty good, pretty back and forth. I like that 42 did make a move, like they recognized and they didn't just time out on sitting there.
Yeah,
The wackiest thing for me, why did everybody take a slow Vulcan? What was up with that? Like both their Vulcans are running 113. I think if 42 had actually taken a fast Vulcan, like 130, which you can get with the Eager Large, they could have made it to the cap in advance. Like I don't know if they could have gotten it because it's so hard from Team 2 to shield your legs, which this might have been why, like, SA took the side they did off the 2v2. But yeah, both guys took really slow Vulcans, and they could have just lost the cap and not getting there in time. Which, I mean, 42 kind of did. Like, they would have been able to control that. They could have had Flynn run up in Kilo 5 and just stare down the cap. But, that's how it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right. Final map of the night is Frozen City Night, and this is instead of one. I've been a terrible caster. I haven't been actually casting out what the what the class limits were for each drop. I do apologize, but I'll start now on those last ones. So this last one is a 250-ton drop. They could bring one duplicate mech if they want, but their total must equal 250 tons. So let's head over to that where we were. Frozen City Night.
Yeah, there's so many classics. There we go. I think I got it. Is it the right one? Yeah.
That's the right one, yeah.
Yeah, for this. So who's on the team one? Yeah, 42 is already a disadvantage. I think team 1 on this map is decidedly worse. Team 2 has so many options. I mean, they can play off the back area here in Bravo 6. They can just run straight at your face. So this is an uphill battle for team 1. And I think also with this tonnage limit on a small map like this, it becomes kind of rock, paper, scissors, right? Because you got that team where you set up heavy in the Bravo 6, the Charlie 6, you sit on the edge of the map and you put like some beefy screen of MPLs, MRMs, whatever you want in front of you. That's going to beat out just a normal brawl rush because you can take things that are like a Rifleman 2C with a ton of DACA. That's pumping out DPS and you can't reach it. But that's going to lose to Team 1, calling that play and taking something like a Vapor Eagle maybe, or a Summoner that can pop chart things out there. But, if Team 1 does that, then they get rolled over by a Brawl Rush. So we might see this one just get one in the Mech Lab. I think that's how a lot of matches go on this map. But there's definitely a variety of positions. We could see Team 2 take like this ledge up here and just overwatch the center of the map with stuff. They could take out in Bravo 6. They can maybe take like ATM standoff, AC2 standoff. Team 1 probably going to be a brawl rush, especially with just knowing what 42 is comfortable with. But it'll be interesting.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we could see a quick play match.
Yeah, and I think
right there.
It could be. Gosh, if somebody sends somebody tunnel, that'd be crazy. But I mean, looking at the spawns that 42 have snapped up here, they've already committed really hard to Charlie. So yeah, I'm not sure what to make of that, honestly. Because that's got to be pushing down towards Theta, and that's either like you're pushing through and out because you really don't have lines to Overwatch from there. Your Overwatch mechs are not going to get out to the open fast enough. Maybe they're doing this to cut off mechs pushing out in the back area, but I'm interested to see what their strategy is.
All right. Team 1 is locked. We're just waiting for Team 2 to get all sorted out here. They've got roughly 3 minutes left.
Yeah, and pretty much as expected. They're sitting at the full 250 tons. Not too many decks where you want to go below that. I wonder what their dupe's going to be. I've seen all kinds of things duped on this map. Vapor Eagle, 4-4 linebacker. Heck, they could even dupe Vulcans, like I think a lot of people did last week on River City, I think it was.
Oh, that sounds like fun. All right, we're waiting for one more.
Yeah.
One more smoke adder to lock in, and then we can do drop 5 here in Trials of Combat Season 2, Week 6.
Yeah. SA also going hard, Charlie, so definitely not doing an armpit push, but they could still go either inland or outland here. This is a very balanced spawn. I mean, it's pretty much the best one.
Yeah, they could be
both ready.
They're both ready to go. Yes, they haven't announced locked yet.
That's true. Both ready, but not locked. Yeah.
All right.
I trust them.
Locked and ready to go. Oh, I still want to lock them to launch them preemptively. Yeah. I'd be like, no, why? Because that would be bad.
I'm still sitting here like scratching my head over those Vulcans, man. Especially SA took the one that has mediums instead of a 30 or large. They had 2 more tons, and none of it went to engine. Maybe they took like LFEs. I just baffling. But that's comp.
Quite
Maybe
possibly.
they didn't have time to build it. Maybe they're like me and they can't afford another engine.
Maybe, yeah. We got to get you in comp queue more often. All right, you're on the blue. You're on the blue side, or in 42 side. You can take a look into what they got there.
Ooh, Arctic Wolf. It's the SRM Vulcan again. 2 linebackers. I'm gonna guess these are SRMs. Oh yeah, that's a ton of SRMs. Arctic Wolf. Yeah, it's just pure SRM push from 42, going straight up to the armpit.
On the smoke adder side, we've got dual crabs. Plus a Warhammer, a Mistlynx, and a Vapor Eagle. The Mistlynx is doing some high jumps here, trying to figure out where the team is. Looks like 42 is... They're doing the quick play drop. They're coming up Charlie 3. They're coming up the other side of the drop ship. Meanwhile, you got Smoke Adders going towards the cap with Mad Cat.
Yeah, they've taken a mix of everything I said they could take. So... yeah, they've got ATMs on the Veagle standing off, in addition to a Gauss ER Mead Warhammer, that's an interesting one. That's like a CW special. But I mean, he's got good range here, although it's a little inside what I want to be playing at for the Gauss. So I don't know if this is the best thing here. I guess he's going for pinpoint damage on the legs. But
so
yeah, 42.
Yeah, 42. They're coming in as a big brawl push. They're just going straight at the first mech they see. Potato taking a full alpha from the Warhammer.
Mediums are slowing up a little bit. I don't know why Zudikai is swooping off. They should be cutting in on this Warhammer.
Yeah, instead they turn left. Given Go ahead.
I was just gonna say SA, like they moved their screen out of the way of the Warhammer, and 42 just chased off on it. I mean, almost scored a little bit. They would have given unfearing back shots. Thankfully, Flynn and Potato are over here, trying to whittle him down. But I mean, I think they might be hitting like different parts.
Yeah, it's 2v1 in the Warhammer, which is actually unfearing self-destructs.
Yeah, I think that
Subwoofer takes down Captain Judas.
May have heated up his Gauss rifle, but yeah, it's still even for both teams. Well, that ATM Veagle is going to be crushing people. I feel like yeah, Potato is finally going in on him. Somebody needs to be in on that guy, and they need to pull away from him. Really,
42 is coming at it with aggression. They've taken down 3 mechs. They got 2 left to go. Lurch is at 44, 38%.
Yep, there's
but
the
Potato
Veagle
takes down Veagle. Smoke Adders is down to 1 final mech, the Mistlynx.
Question is, can Lurch stay alive?
There we go.
Look at that cherry leg. Good 42 though.
42 coming after going for 4 straight losses, comes back on the fifth drop and does a rather convincing victory over Smoke Adders for that drop.
I think that's the 42 I'm used to seeing. They just came in with a massive amount of like high speed SRMs and just dove. And even though I don't know how I feel about that routing. Like I mean that got Zudakai just picked super fast, but as soon as they got in there, they cleaned it up. Like those SRMs, that's just so much damage. If you can get like half decent reg, you turn guys to shreds. So yeah, big damage dealers out of Kevster was like a huge amount of the damage for SA. Just those ATMs putting in nasty amount of work. And Flynn with the assassin actually getting the most out of 42. But yeah, other than that, like 42 pretty balanced. Besides Zudakai went down early. And honestly, SA besides Kevster was pretty even as well. It's just they all didn't get to do much. Those SRMs just tearing mechs to shreds.
Absolutely. Looking at the aftermatch numbers, you can see that certainly some team damage on either side. Kevster dishing out 29 team damage and Captain Judas 10. So there certainly was a lot of team damage over on the SA side, a little bit on the 42 side as well. Potato and his Vulcan dished out 15 team damage. So yeah, that was a good brawl. So let's switch over to the map strat, and let's talk about what happened.
Yeah,
So what we both said happened. What you said and what I said happened. So team one, I'll start team one here. So team one came up to Charlie 3. They were looking to they were looking for that quick play kind of transfer over the drop ship, but really which turned into a brawl push. Oops, let me get the pen out here. Which really turned into a brawl push where they essentially kind of went this way and then kind of crested down Charlie 5 and out into right into Smoke Adders.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was kind of wacky. I mean, Smoke Adder's spread was really set up. Oh well, now I just delete all the roots. But Smoke Adders had a spread that was something like then they had a blob of guys there, but they were really set up to receive like a city push, like coming out of there, or maybe out of like more towards the buildings off behind that wall. But like they just I thought they had decent scouting with the mislinks, but 42 just was like, oh yeah, they're out in the back, and just didn't release the W and just came out. And yeah, Unfearing was just way out, like no way he could get shielded from his crabs. And I mean, 42 did them the service of looping into them anyway to take out the crabs. I guess because they figured the crabs have the good DPS. But even then, like just the two SRM mechs picked Unfearing pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was interesting that they turned in rather than just kind of take their mob straight to the Warhammer. Like I thought early on that they were going to give the Warhammer a bunch of free damage, but it ended out not happening that way.
Mm-hmm. No, I was really worried that he was just going to get a back shot and stuff. Like the fact that those guys are pushing away from a mech with Gauss and ER mediums, like he definitely had enough ammo if he got a good shot in the back of one of those mediums to just drop them. But thankfully, the 42 mediums, a couple of them broke off and got on his leg and torso. So it looked like there was some disagreement there. But yeah, they took him out fast enough that he wasn't able to get any picks. But just a good brawl push from 42. I mean, they went out there, saw where they were, committed immediately, like no hesitation, just went. And that's pretty much your best thing. That and just make sure you have a good deck.
And they were really able to keep their mechs together. They didn't get strung out. They might have slowed like their leading mechs down a little bit, so they all kind of came over together, and they were certainly focusing target. Well, with the exception of the two that went off on the Warhammer, the rest of them all seemed to be kind of clicking after the same mechs. Taking a look at the scoreboard here, we can see that Smoke Adders has won 4 drops plus the 2v2. With 42 taking the final drop. The score for tonight's match is 43-19 in favor of Smoke Adders for Division B. So overall, one last. What do you think? Did you have fun? Was it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I was expecting this to be a pretty explosive matchup. I mean, both these teams like to just get in on the matches. Like they take a lot of aggressive strategies. And don't tend to, sit back unless they're on like Alpine. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to cast. So much craziness though. I mean, the biggest complaint, you guys you like fought every single match, like 2-3 engagements. Like, come on. How am I supposed to talk about what's happening to two different mechs at the same time and not cut off Nutty? Yeah, it was some chaos, but you know, all the more fun.
No, it certainly made it a lot of fun and really interesting, even just to watch. Like even like in some cases, I don't necessarily want to say anything because I can't because there's just so much going on. But no, it was certainly a lot of fun. But yeah, that is going to be it for One Last and myself. I see the teams have both teams have
they just
left
vacated immediately.
They left the lobby, so I guess they don't want to do interviews. So that's no problem. So I hope you guys enjoyed One Last and myself bringing you some Trials of Combat Season 2 action, Div B action, which is also the division that One Last and I are both playing in.
And
but
the best division.
Div B best division. Yes, that's right. That's right.
That's
Thank you, everybody, for joining. There you go. There you go. All right, folks. Have a wonderful night, day, afternoon, evening, whatever the case, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in to Trials of Combat Season 2. Watch out for more games in the future. My name is One Last. My name was One Last.
What?
Oh, what? Hey, no. What it was is I was reading your name as I was saying that. I was like, no, it was Nutty Rat.
My name isn't One Last.
Apparently not. Who knows? But thanks again, folks. Have a wonderful night. Take care.